Hi, I'm Robin,
And I'm Kristen.
and we are back with this part four
We're almost done, guys. This is the last installment.
installment.
Install
Installment.
last chapter.
Last chapter, yes, of Map of the Soul 7. So we're going to finish up with the last three songs, and we're going to start it off with
Respect.
Respect. Yeah,
Mm.
RM and Sugar.
Yep.
Yes, this one here was recorded as in a conversational format.
I made that note too.
You made that note
I
too.
did.
Oh my
I said it feels
gosh.
like their inner thoughts are heard out loud.
Yeah. It was that, and I don't know that it was intended to be that way.
I think it was.
It was
I think it might
okay.
have been
All right.
intended. I mean, it was, even if it wasn't, I mean, very well done. But no,
Oh
I
yeah,
think it
absolutely.
was. I think it was intended to be conversational. Basically, just to kind of make it seem like it is an actual dialogue. It's something that they
Mm-hmm.
would be talking about, just, I don't know, back at their dorm or
Yeah,
in their
chit
apartment
chat.
or
Yeah,
whatever,
yeah.
like in the
Right,
studio, just
right.
kind of bouncing things around.
Yeah,
And yeah, that's I think that was totally intentional. I feel like everything they do is intentional.
yeah, yeah.
There's a purpose.
A plan and a purpose. Yes, there is. Yes, and it to me, they were diving into the word respect, the idea of respect,
The
the
definition
mission
of
of
just,
respect.
yeah.
Yes, and it was, it was that was the top question, and
What is it?
what is it?
Yeah.
And I had in looking through this, and I hope I wrote it down. Yeah, I had a question, and I'll relate it to you because I know that because we're in two different generations, respect meant a different thing for my generation. There
Mm-hmm.
wasn't a question mark on it. You respected your elders, you respected, you know, members of the family. You just had a
People in
respect,
positions of
yeah,
authority.
authority and stuff. So you had that respect for them, and here it's being questioned. My question to you is, and to anyone, is there such a thing of giving like an initial sense of respect overall before you get to know somebody, or before? I mean, do you approach an elder with respect? Do you approach, or do you wait for it to be reciprocated, um, or wait
Earned.
or earned? You're right.
Hmm. I think that you do approach people with a certain degree of respect,
Mm-hmm.
and
Okay.
I think it's basically a common courtesy at this point. Like, I
Mm.
feel like you approach people with a sense of courtesy. That's what I would say.
Courtesy. Okay.
Yeah, a
Yeah.
sense of
I can see
courtesy,
that. Right.
where it's, you come to an elder and you don't call them out their name or anything like that.
Right.
You
Right.
address them in what is deemed a respectful manner.
Right. Right.
You are polite, you're kind, you're not going to be rude or anything like that. When you're talking to somebody in a position of power above you, like a boss or something like that, you're not going to speak to them as if they're somebody that you met at a bar or something. Like random, like somebody who's annoying you while you're just trying to enjoy a night out. Like, you do have a certain degree of respect
Okay.
because they are in a position of power above you, or like law enforcement, they're in a position of authority.
Right.
So yes, you do come with a certain degree of respect.
Right.
But
Okay.
like they address in the song, the term respect is thrown out so much, and they
Exactly.
don't, and there's no definition that's being followed.
Right.
And I think the fact that they overuse the word in the song to
Mm-hmm.
a point where now you're like, God, I'm tired of hearing this word. It's a play on how the term respect is constantly thrown out there
Yes.
in this sense of entitlement. People think they deserve a certain level of respect because of what position they're in or what their age is or the fact that they are famous. And
Right.
what they're
Right.
saying is, do you though?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
and so I think, and that's why I think it's a conversation where they're taking in these older values, like respecting elders, respecting people in authority,
Mm-hmm.
respecting people that are higher up in the industry than you are. And they're trying to figure out, okay, but like, what does that mean when I say I
And what does that
respect
look
you?
like?
Yeah, when I say I
Yes.
respect you, what does that look like?
Right.
And so what I said was, there's a lot of questioning, a lot of figuring out how to define this word that's used
Mm-hmm.
way too commonly. Jungi says that admiration means nothing when respect without respect, but what
Right.
qualifies you to get respect. People
Right.
demand it without actually earning it.
Mhm.
And true respect is mutual. It's not about superiority or hierarchy. Having fame also messes up how they define respect.
Mhm.
So, being famous causes people to blindly agree with you and automatically be nice to you or give you preferential treatment, but that actually creates distance and isn't really respect.
Mhm.
And the song itself demonstrates mutual respect because they are into there because Yoongi is older than Namjoon. They
Right.
have
Right.
this sense of, okay, you're my elder, I respect you.
Right. Right.
But the fact that they bring it down to a conversational level means that they're looking at it as beyond what that societal norm is,
Right. Yes. Yeah.
and kind of really just having this mutual bouncing of ideas and just a full on, like I said, conversation.
Mhm.
And like you pointed out, and I think that was, like I said, it done intentionally to show that yes, respect is a thing, but like when you really get down to it, here we are in two different ages,
Mhm.
and we are having a conversation casually about respect, and it sounds like, it's just two friends talking
Right. Right. Right.
who respect each other.
Right. And see, and what I also was hearing in the lyrics and the conversation is that where's the value? Is there any value anymore
Mm.
on the word?
And
You-
I think that it has lost its value. I think at the core, people don't really know what respect is. When they describe what respect is, it's either very basic, like just common human decency,
Yeah. Hmm.
being
Common
kind
courtesy. Yeah.
and not being rude.
Hmm. Right. Right.
And then you have the other half, which is, the people who say like, oh, when you respect me, you do exactly as I tell you to do without questioning. You um you don't look, you don't look me in the eye, or like, people have this warped idea of like what respect means based on what position they're in life.
Yeah, but and then that comes with some culture.
Mhm.
So, you have to let that be. And is can it be recognized, identified, either giving or getting it? Can, when you sit there back and you're talking, or you're in a situation, can you recognize what the respect looks like, either when you're giving it or when you're getting it?
I think that there is a way to recognize respect when you're giving it and when you're receiving it.
Mm,
I think that it's one of those things. It doesn't necessarily like hit you right smack in the face, but
mm-hmm,
I think when you look at it, like if you're in a conversation with somebody who respects you, I think you can feel the respect
mm-hmm.
in the way they talk to you, the words they choose when they're talking to you, because I think respect goes hand in hand with care.
Okay.
And I
Okay.
think when you care about someone, that respect shows, just like when you love someone, that love shows.
Right.
So I
Okay.
think that, when you're talking to somebody you respect, you you convey it in a way that you don't have to necessarily say, "Hey, I'm respecting you right now."
No, right, right. Absolutely.
Like
No,
this is
I
just
agree.
in case you're wondering, this is
Yeah,
respect.
no, this is what it looks like, Yeah.
I
No,
think it's
I
felt.
understand.
I
Yeah.
think it's felt. I think it's sensed, and I think like you said, it's mutual.
Yeah. Yeah. Uh we got a lot of the same things.
It was almost like
But
we are two people
there
who
we go
respect each
again.
other having
Yes,
a
yes.
conversation
Right, right. Exactly.
from two
Exactly.
different generations.
Essence. Exactly. Yeah. And I solely do agree with that. And what was I say? Respect isn't about image, age, or success. It's about understanding, action, and how people actually treat each other. That
Mm-hmm.
was my last
Closing
piece on
thought.
it. Yeah, that was my last piece on
So yeah, let us know what you think respect looks like,
it.
and if your culture has a definition of respect that either agrees or disagrees with what we were talking about. Just let us know. We'd like to hear from you.
Yeah, yeah, that'd be interesting because you're looking at a multi generational thing that kind of is in there every generation, throughout every generation.
Mm-hmm.
It's there. It you're told, hey, you respect this person, or you're told, or it's societal, and you pick it up. So it would be interesting just to hear different
What people's
ideas and
thoughts are.
thoughts about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Hmm.
Nice song. I like it.
Yeah, I respect the song.
Respect it. Yes.
Okay, going
Yes.
on. We are bulletproof, the eternal. I did say I was gonna cry. I'm sorry, I'm not crying right now.
Well, you just read the title.
That should be enough.
Oh.
True Army would be in tears right now.
Oh.
I'm kidding.
Oh. What?
I don't know. Hey, I'm not in tears. Give me
Yeah.
a minute.
Okay.
No, this song, well, I love this song.
Yes.
And we listened to this song, we watched the song performed, and we also watched the music video
Right.
for the
Right.
song. And
This is cute.
but it wasn't just cute.
No,
I mean,
it
it was
wasn't.
cute because it was animated.
Right. Right.
But it was so deep.
It was.
Because when you look at what it was portraying, and it was just taking parts of like their past songs,
Mhm.
and the songs that were deep and meaningful and honest and raw for them, and they kind of played on how those moments, the ridicule and the
Mhm.
constant putting down, and what they faced at that time, and how they couldn't overcome it without each other and without Army.
Yeah, and the two different. I was looking at the two different differences between Bulletproof and then the Eternal, and it was the perspective and the time. You know, they were younger when they did the first one.
The second one. Anyway,
The
we
second
are
one. Oh,
Bulletproof
that's right.
Part 2.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
that's
okay.
right. That's right.
Because
I have to
technically it's the
remember.
second,
I
because the
have
first
to
one is
put-
the first one's pre-debut,
Yes, so
which is on
I have to remember
SoundCloud.
that.
So
Right.
we'll get to that one, which is kind of, we're gonna go out of order a little bit, but yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So they were younger. You know, they were in the midst of fighting. You know, for to survive. They were feeling, you know, defeated, and there was, you know, they were aggressive. They were hungry. You know, and then there was a huge percent of self defense because of what they were
Facing, yeah.
facing at that time. And Eternal is, you know, 7 years later. You know, a little wiser. You know,
You
older,
one would hope.
wiser. Yeah.
Not in my case.
Why would you say that?
Because it's true.
Oh,
Was I
that's
wiser after, from that year to 7 years later? No. Like when they debuted in 2013
right, 2013,
to what, 2020?
2020.
Mm.
It had to be.
I don't know. I don't think so.
Yeah,
I don't
you
think I
had-
was that
you
much.
had-
I was
yeah,
older. I was older.
You had-
But
you
was I
had-
wiser?
You had gained wisdom in 7 years.
Mm,
So it's definitely.
I gained some knowledge of some stuff. Marvel.
Well,
I gained some knowledge of
okay,
Marvel.
we're gonna leave that alone. They had an emotional, reflective. You know.
Sorry, I have
You
something in
alright?
my eye.
Oh, okay. You all right?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it's mittens. Cat
Okay.
hair. If you ever have, if
If
you have a cat, their hair gets everywhere.
And they were grateful. They were feeling a tremendous amount of gratefulness in that time they've developed, and they were talking with Army and not against anyone at that time. So yeah, there was those were my differences that I kind of felt, seen, heard.
So I started off by saying I don't know whose part makes me feel the most emotional, because every time I'm like, oh, this part, and then somebody else goes, I'm like, oh, this part, and then somebody else goes, I'm like, oh god.
Did you do it 7 times?
Yes, but I won't do it 7 times here because we don't have all day.
That's right.
The way they sing the song, the emotion, pain, but also the relief of having Army and the joy of being together and feeling like they can stand tall and face anything is felt line after line. This song is more than just a love letter. It is a tribute honoring their journey and the ones who were with them every step of the way. We Are Bulletproof, the Eternal is about resilience. They aren't in heaven because they achieved worldwide fame. They are in heaven because they survived the harsh times and when they felt like giving up, and they have found sanctuary in being surrounded and uplifted by Army's love.
Yes, definitely.
And the difference between We Are Bulletproof Part 2 and We Are Bulletproof, the Eternal, I don't know if did I write this down. I think I did. I did not. I'm a liar. But the first one, We're Bulletproof, Part 2, was more about standing against the criticism and standing against the
Yeah.
bullets.
Yeah.
And We Are Bulletproof, the Eternal, is about joining together and like forming like a force
Yes.
of love,
Mm-hmm.
where they were having they still had the criticisms, they still had the bullets, but it wasn't about taking the hits.
Mm-mm.
It was about choosing to be shielded by love, by
Right.
the love of Army.
Which it will conquer all.
Yes. And then I did write,
Conquer all.
so there's a line that says, at the tips of our entwined fingers. It's in the pre-chorus. And I underlined it because I love the line, because it shows just how much they refuse to be separated, and that they survive because they won't let each other go.
All right. Yes.
So
100%.
and they always say they are 7.
Yeah.
And even in this one, they say we were only 7. It's always going to be them as a unit.
Yeah. Always.
So yeah, I just had to point that out because it's such a powerful line. It's such a powerful song.
It is. It is a powerful song.
Go watch the music video. Go cry.
Oh.
Not you, then.
No. I know you wasn't talking about me.
I know you're not gonna cry.
But it's just when you said watch the video, it's just like, oh yeah. It was good.
So
it was
good.
good. It was good. So here we go. We're moving into outro ego.
Yes. And do you want to go?
No, I'll come up behind you.
Okay. So I put at the top, ego equals authorship. Writing your story. But I said this is the point of acceptance. The struggles have been recognized, the shadows are confronted and acknowledged, and now the truest version of self is out in all its glory. Hobie shines in this song and he sounds free. I think that's why this song hits so different for so many fans. You don't just hear the freedom, you feel it. His vocals, the track, the message is the release that's been long anticipated. And the thing that feels the most freeing, oh my gosh, mittens. Oh, jeez. And the thing that feels the most freeing is that once you get to this part of the album, the joy feels earned. As a listener, we witness the pain, the fear, the doubt. We've also witnessed the transition and acceptance and the promise that this is just the beginning. Outro Ego is a song you play when you realize you made it to the other side of your struggle and you chose to continue.
Absolutely. I'm gonna start with the intro of it. I like the nostalgia of hearing like the radio announcement.
Isn't that from oh my god, like those fitness tests? I remember reading somebody had said it, like he pulled from like the fitness when you were in school and you had to do like those agility tests and stuff like that.
Yeah. I didn't hear that part.
I didn't. When we did it, they didn't have any sort of announcements. They were just like they blew the whistle and you had to do your crunches and your jumping jacks.
Yeah, you just had to go.
Yeah, you just had to go.
I like it. It would more remind me more so of that part because that was like before TV. Of course, was here when TV was here. So,
I was about to say, like, you weren't from the era of pre-TV.
No, I'm not. But
she's not that old, guys.
But I just remember the radio announcing of different things, coming through and seeing
like
it
when
on
they had jingles
on TV.
and stuff.
Yes, seeing it within movies and things to that effect. The beat is definitely his spirit.
Oh yes,
it was so much his spirit. I was like, he's just all up and through this thing. So that was good for me. I enjoyed hearing that. And like you said, it's about him choosing, his trust, his ownership of his life. It was like it's the closing of the the map of the soul, the persona, the shadow, the ego. It's the closing of that. So it was just, he hit all the marks in it. He reflects on his journey of self-discovery, embracing his identity and accepting the difficulties of his persona. He addresses the concept of ego, both positive and negative, in all aspects, and not only addressing it but accepting it.
Mm-hmm.
And he celebrates the importance of being aware of yourself and receiving your own ego, like not receiving it, but understanding it, and
Acknowledging it.
acknowledging and keeping and catching it. um Instead of rejecting it, he embraces part of who he is. um he acknowledges his growth,
Mm-hmm.
learning to love himself, and staying true to himself, his values, and the challenges that he's had going through this time of, from the beginning till then.
Just really learning to know
No,
yourself.
yeah, know yourself. And the one thing at the end, the last, I guess the last chorus, or no, last verse,
Mm-hmm.
uh he does well, he doesn't do it, but the background vocalist, Adora,
Mm-hmm.
I I I focused in on her, her
Her
vocals.
runs and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it was really good. Now, and it set in really good with the last verse, because the other verses, the verse previously, which is the same, but you don't hear her, so it really was a finished
Yeah.
enhancement.
She only
She's
came in at the
only in the
end.
last one,
Yeah.
yeah. So it was really a good um input of enhancing
I wonder if that's
that.
why she's not credited. I mean, she
Well,
probably
she's
is credited, but she's not like listed as a feature because she's only
no,
in at that
no,
one
yeah,
part.
yeah, just at
And
the
you said
one
her name
part.
was
Adora,
Adora. How'd you
yeah.
find that?
I looked it up.
Mm.
I looked it up.
So we can use Google.
Yes, yes, we can. She's worked with VRM and J Hope,
Mm.
and so she
Adora.
debuted in 2021.
Mm.
Man, so yeah, but yeah, that's so that was it was good. I liked it. I liked the
I think
energy.
I'm
I
really
liked
trying
his
to think.
energy.
Yeah, I'm really trying to think of all his solo songs. I think this one's my favorite.
Yeah.
I think it might be. Yeah.
Okay.
What was his solo song on Love Yourself? I'm sorry. I apologize. I
Ooh.
know we like just went over that series, but we've clearly
It wasn't
forgotten.
Mama.
No, no, no.
No,
Mama
it was
was
before.
yeah,
It was
Wings.
Wings. So love yourself. Is that what
Trivia
she?
Just Dance.
Yes. Just yeah.
I knew I'd get it. Thank you. Which is
You're
also
welcome.
a really good song.
Yeah.
That one's a good song too, but I feel like Ego just a little bit more. Which is funny because at first I didn't. At first story of my life. At first, no, Trivia Dance was my top J-Hope solo.
Right.
And
Right.
then I
And
don't
this
know.
came and knocked it out the park.
I think Ego was like close behind it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think
Strong second.
going through and like really kind of digging into the lyrics and listening to it repeatedly, it was just like, hey, make me number one. And I said, okay, fine. Whatever you say.
You say so, yes.
If you want.
Yeah. No.
And I don't know if there is anything to this, but I just thought it was really interesting that the rap line, their solos were the different phases, the stages
Yes.
of
Yes.
the Jungian theory.
Yes.
So
Yes.
I asked ChatGPT because I was curious, and Chat told me no, there's no correlation or
Really?
I was like, okay, but to me, in my head, there's some sort of correlation.
Yeah,
I
it
haven't
has to
figured it
be.
out
It
yet.
has to be
I don't
because
know,
it's such a
maybe
staple.
yeah, and I think it's just really interesting that they named their solos
After
after
each
yeah.
of yes.
And they came in, there was like at the different stages of the
Right.
whole
Right.
cycle.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know.
It has to
I
be.
think there's more to it. I'll do
Yeah.
some research. I too will use the Google and find out. And then so we're gonna close with that song, and then we have the last song, which we're not going to discuss. Why? Because we've already discussed it. But we do have like we're gonna spend a couple minutes here on featuring Sia, which I think is really kind of pointless to call it a remix because literally nothing was remixed. But I know that this song leaves a bad taste in Army's mouths.
Okay.
I've heard through all of the various, channels or whatever, this one is the least liked song in all of their discography.
Really?
Yes.
You did the work on this one.
So I wanted to know what exactly put it in that position.
Yes,
Because
yes.
I listened to it, and to me, like I said, it sounds exactly the same as the original version. She just comes in kind of on the chorus. Like she doesn't even take it. There's no take it away, Sia. Like she just kind of
Okay.
like echoes in there.
Yeah.
She's not, she's not, everything is literally the same. There's no remix of the beat. There's no let's add in like my own verse. There's nothing that differentiates it except for the fact that one, her name is now in the title, and two,
Yeah.
she does provide some vocal assistance on the chorus. So with On being so loved, I just want to know what caused On remix featuring Sia to be so unloved.
Yes,
So
absolutely.
we're posing this question to you guys
I have no idea.
because we don't know, and we listened to it a couple times together, and
Yes,
then
yes.
probably on our own. I know I did.
Yeah.
And I just remember thinking, like, I don't even know if it's worth it to go through and do a lyrical breakdown because we already
There's
broke
no
it down.
doubt. And she's only in the chorus.
Yeah, exactly. She's, like I said, she's not saying anything different. She's not bringing anything new to the song.
Yeah.
And maybe that's it. Maybe that's why it's just not so liked. I don't know. But we would love to know.
Yes.
So as the newer army, asking our seasoned veterans,
Yes.
please tell us.
Yeah. Help
because
us understand.
because everybody just says, ugh, gross. But nobody ever says why gross.
Yes.
You know? So we would just like to know.
Yeah.
So that way we can decide if we also feel the same.
Yeah. Because at this point, there's no difference.
There's really no difference. And I will say, I did read somewhere, instead of saying it's the most unlike, they said it's the most skippable song. And I can agree with that, because I will skip it. Because I'm just like, I don't need to hear it. I just heard it.
Right.
So I will skip it. But I just want to know why.
The why.
Well, yeah, we just are very curious, like genuinely curious, because the amount of hate it gets online from what I've seen in the last year of being in this fandom, I just need to understand. And what's funny is that I didn't hear the song when I first started seeing the posts about how it's not really liked, and I decided I was never going to listen to it until we got to this album. And you held true to that. I did, because I didn't want to come in with any sort of spoiler.
Right.
I already knew Army didn't care for this song, so I wanted us to experience that together to see if we could figure out why.
Right, yeah.
And yeah, we couldn't.
There's nothing there.
We couldn't. So, just please let us know, like one way or the other. And if you do like the song, let us know, because it could just be one of those unpopular takes. It's like, hey, this song's actually not that bad.
Right.
So just let us know your thoughts. We'd really like to have that conversation and hear, from both your perspective. Yeah, well, all the sides. Like from your perspective, what is it about the song that leaves that bad taste in your mouth? And like we just want
it makes it skippable.
Yeah.
Okay. All right then.
Oh my gosh! We finished this album, guys. It only took us four episodes. 4 episodes at what, 30-ish minutes a piece, or 2 hours? 2 hours. Yes. To talk about this album.
But it was worth it. It was really good to break it down. I think it gave us a chance to really think through and get through the lyrics and take it slow.
I thought it was really interesting that this album came after the Love Yourself series. And here's why.
Yeah.
Because the Love Yourself series, because the Love Yourself series was all about loving yourself. And then this album was about knowing yourself, your true self. And I just think it felt a little out of order. And maybe that's maybe for them, it was something that they needed to do, because they realized they were preaching love yourself, but they never really talked about truly knowing yourself. So then they had to come back, and maybe it was something personal for them. Maybe they were feeling like, hey, we're over here talking about, loving yourself, but how? We don't even know who we are. Like, we're still trying to figure that out. So maybe it was one of those things where they had to bring it back to that to really kind of reinforce the Love Yourself series. But I think now that I've gone through Map of the Soul, both Persona and 7, Love Yourself, it kind of hits a little different.
Yeah, it makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, so
well, you know what? It could have been that makes sense that they would backtrack it that way. And you do kind of have to, you do have to know yourself to love yourself, because you got to know what it is
what
you
is
love.
you love.
Yeah. So yeah.
So I just thought it was a little out of order, but
that's right. We turned it around and brought it back.
We did.
Or they
we
did.
They did, and we
they did.
recognized
yes.
that
we recognized.
they did.
Yes.
So yes, Map of the Soul 7 is done. We do have Map of the Soul 7, The Journey, which is the Japanese album, but there are 5 songs on there that were not remakes. So we get to explore those.
Yeah.
So we're still gonna come back with some more Map of the Soul.
Yes.
Some more mapping of your soul.
Of your soul. To know yourself.
To know yourself. So that you can go back and love yourself.
This is true.
Is it? Yeah. All right. And so, but we are going to take a break in between and talk. I think we're going to do some Run BTS in between.
Yes, we're going to do some.
We got some Run BTS. I feel like we've been in this album for so long. I forgot we have to watch the show.
Yes, we have to watch the shows. We have to do those, break those.
We went through a lot in this album. I think it's time we laugh a little.
Always.
Well, we do laugh a lot anyway, but I feel like this was such a heavy album. I need some lightness of Run BTS.
And we'll be able to give that to you.
Yes.
Yes, we will.
Yeah. Balance, guys. It's key.
Yes.
It's key.
Absolutely.
So we'll see you when we come back with some more Run BTS. Bye.
Bye.